Welcome back. You are still watching Newslink here on eNCA. Now, Lufuno Mavhunga has been laid to rest this morning in Thohoyandou. The Limpopo teen committed suicide earlier this week. A video of her being bullied has caused outrage. Our reporter Lindokuhle Xulu attended the funeral and he joins us now live from Thohoyandou. Lindo, a very sad moment, of course, for the family today, where they have to actually accept that Lufuno is no more. Today, the funeral making it very final for them. How did the funeral service go, Lindo?
Well, Maseko, this is the last part of the funeral proceedings that started off around 6 a.m. today. We were at the church where the service for Lufuno, final service, was being held, and many of the speakers that took the podium were preaching for something to happen in terms of the bullying as well as mental health of children. They are preaching that, in fact, there should be a concerted effort by all stakeholders in the upbringing of children, whether be it at school, whether be it at home. They are saying that there should be a more involved approach when it comes to children, particularly when they go to school, to understand exactly their state of mind. The MEC of education here in the province of Limpopo also went to the podium. There is one thing that she also did, which was to apologize, saying that they themselves admit that they failed to protect that is Lufuno Mavhunga, saying that to the family. But that right now, as I said, is the last part where we're at the graveyard, and just a few moments ago we were witnessing that those remains of Lufuno just going down in that casket, and I can tell you that there was no dry eye on site. Everyone broke down. In fact, where I'm standing is just next to one of the ambulances here, and family members from the tents there just behind me have been coming one by one to the ambulance, inconsolable as they try to calm them down. But it is a moment that the family now needs to finalize the sending off of Lufuno, and I can tell you that they are very devastated. Everyone in that tent was crying, and many of their family members and relatives have just been coming to the ambulance here to just receive some help from those that are on standby medically. But it's a very sad moment, and even the pupils themselves, we've seen them coming to the ambulance inconsolable. So it's just been that kind of day, a very, very sad situation here, Maseko.
How have people been describing Lufuno herself? I know that she spoke to some of her friends during the course of the week who were saying that her dream was to build her mother a house and to become a doctor. What else has been said about the teenager?
Well, they described her as a selfless person, ever so smiling and ever so comforting to her friends. And one of the friends that we spoke to, in fact, yesterday was telling us that her friend wanted to be a doctor because that's how much she loved helping others. So it's quite sad for them as well. The pupils, we understand, have been receiving some psychological help. We do know that at the school, while there were investigations that had been concluded and that have identified that this particular incident came after there was, in fact, an altercation on social media about Lufuno blocking another pupil. But what we also know is that the Department of Health, who visited the school as well in the province of Limpopo, had permanently stationed some social workers there to ensure that moving forward they are actually, they are monitoring the situation. But she's been described as a humanitarian, someone who's a strength to everyone, who always smiled and made sure that the people around there are happy. And the brother of Lufuno, the younger brother, that is Dagaro Mavhunga, yesterday spoke as well to me off camera, but speaking about how Lufuno would encourage him when he was having difficulties while at varsity, while at tertiary institutions. But one of the things that everyone is echoing is that this was a person that really tried by all her best to ensure that everyone around her was happy, and she was bubbly, and many of them saying that it's quite sad that they'll never see her again.
Have we heard, Lindo, anything from the other pupil that we see in that video, the pupil who was slapping Lufuno, the alleged bully? Have we heard anything from her or about her since you've been in Thohoyandou?
Well, we do know that teenager is in custody. As we understand, she appeared for the first time yesterday. But one of the things that, we've spoken to the family of the Mavhunga about is whether the family of the teenager that is in custody has made contact with them, has come to them, has spoken to them about the incident. But they are saying that there hasn't been any contact made towards them from the family of the 14-year-old. But as we understand it, the first appearance was yesterday, and we understand that on Tuesday this week, that is on the 19th, we are expecting that the pupil will be making a formal bail application. But certainly the many people that we have been speaking today have said that, you look at it in terms of the victim and the perpetrator, but at the end of the day, all of those involved, including those that will be suspended for laughing and pointing and watching and recording videos while Lufuno was being bullied, they said that all of those kids really need psychological help. They need to be helped and counseled, and all of them, as much as they are in different places where Lufuno has passed on, where another one is in custody, other ones will be facing suspension, but all of these kids need to be monitored, particularly by those that are working in the social development offices of the Limpopo province. So as we understand it, Masego, she will be appearing next week, and we understand she'll be making a formal bail application. At the moment, she remains in custody.
All right, let's leave it there. Thank you very much, Lindokuhle Xulu, live for us in Thohoyandou.